This news program is proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Now Biscuits.
Das Fund FM 100 Talkback Show launched. 500 million kina needed for 2027 election. And concerns raised on eviction exercise. A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Malinta Yopolo. Thank you for joining us. Papua New Guinea's longest-standing radio talkback program, the FM 100 Talkback Show, was launched today with Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso, who officiated the event. National Superannuation Fund, or NES Fund, will also continue as the naming rights sponsor of the show.
The FM 100 Talkback Show has been around since the 1990s, and it has served as a cornerstone for public dialogue or a reputable platform where citizens discuss national issues live on air. Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso, in his keynote speech at the launch at Hilton Hotel in Port Moresby, said the show has been a platform where people in power have come under scrutiny with direct dialogue with the public.
I welcome platforms like Talkback because they keep our leaders connected to our people. And it is good when we hear criticism from our people, but justified criticism, honest criticism, with options available.
Telecom Group Chief Executive Officer Amos Tepi, who oversees the operations of Telecom's subsidiaries such as FM 100, congratulated the radio program for being a successful radio show over the years.
We commend NES Fund for consistently investing in the platforms that allow citizens to speak, learn and participate in saving our nation. To all our partner companies and organizations, Telecom truly values your continued support towards the topic show every year.
CEO for NES Fund, Rajiv Sharma, said NES Fund is proud to continue the naming rights sponsorship.
Over the last 5 years, Talkback Show has delivered more than 3,000 hours of live discussion. NES Fund has used our time on this program to explain how superannuation works, share our results, clarify processes, encourage voluntary contributions.
Chairman of Kalan Advertising, Naime Home, had this to say.
Thank you, Mr. Rajesh Sharma from NES Fund and your management team, your executive team, to be here this morning to launch this program. We look forward to a successful 2026 program.
Meanwhile, radio legend Douglas Dimagi was appointed as the host of the show for 2026 and going forward. Pakatambu, National EMTV News.
Meanwhile, the Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso says collective actions and behaviors of every Papua New Guinean contribute to progress of the nation and that everyone must be accountable. While politicians are responsible for policy, development and stability, he said citizens' actions also play an important role.
The Deputy Prime Minister said it is a norm that Papua New Guineans blame others for everything but never take stock of their own actions. Rosso said the country will see significant growth if people from all sectors, whether it be in SME business, working as a taxi driver or as a public servant, working collectively and being accountable.
It's not only about leaders. Leaders provide policy, visions at the top level, but it comes to the collective effort of every single individual, from the guy on the street to managers of industry, to heads of families, to principals in schools, to head of organizations. We all need to be standing united to see hope for a nation. Who is supposed to arrest the perpetrators? Is it me to go down and take the bush knife wielding guy off the streets? Or is it the policeman who is supposed to do this job? When you go to a hospital, and that hospital is not run properly, is it my job to go down and give injections and run the hospital? Or is it the administration and CEO of that hospital is accountable?
Rosso said politicians alone cannot drive progress.
And you see a lot on social media, people say, oh, you should do this, you should do that. A reflection on our leaders. But our leaders make laws, they make policies. And yes, we accept some of the blame. But at the same token,
Deputy Prime Minister further highlighted the use of social media and why it is important for citizens to be accountable in that space.
it is a duty of care for every single social media commentator, for every single media outlet, to ensure they speak the truth and the facts. And yes, people say, an example, tourists don't want to come to Papua New Guinea. Why do you think so? When every single person and every single thing that you do, you post it on social media. You're scaring the tourists away.
Pakatambu, National EMTV News.
An eviction exercise carried out by police at the 4 Mile Works compound in Port Moresby last week has been halted following a stay order handed down by the National Court alleging violation of the community's human rights.
On 4th February 2026, the Department of Works and Highways issued a 21-day notice to settlers at the 4 Mile Works compound to vacate the portion of land. Consulting lawyer Samson John Hirowa clarified that before the 21 days had lapsed, the eviction exercise went ahead and settlers were told to vacate the premises.
Without the lapse of the 21 days, police decided to act on the notice and carried out the eviction. As we can see, the result of it, now we plus Bantam, yeah. So based on the instruction, we filed an urgent matter in the National Court alleging the violation of the human rights of the community. The manner in which they have been treated is not in line with how law and stuff blame. These are citizens of Papua New Guinea, they have rights. They demand full protection of the law, and the manner in which the police have treated them was so harsh and oppressive. They ought not to be treated like that.
According to consulting lawyer Samson Hirowa, the court recognized that a sufficient period of time must be given to settlers who are going to be evicted.
Despite the ownership issue, their equitable interests and rights are recognized by courts. Hence, sufficient or reasonable time must be given by those who claim ownership to this land. 21 days is not a reasonable time. Recent cases have held that for such settlers like our Works compound residents here, they must be given at least 1 year or 2 years is reasonable time. 21 days is not reasonable. Hence, the manner in which they have been treated, we filed an urgent matter and we were able to obtain an order staying the eviction. I obtained the order in court. I personally went and served Benturi. And Benturi called out his men saying that we have an order in place, so you guys pull that, bring the machines out.
In the meantime, the eviction exercise will not progress as the matter is being dealt with.
The matter is currently in court. As far as the matter progresses, no eviction will take place until such time court conclusion ascertain whether there's a breach and what orders the court will issue there and then. And at the moment, no eviction will take place. Within this time frame, any exercise on eviction would not happen. Any attempt to do so would be in contempt of the court.
Mr. Hirowa revealed that the court will return for directions hearing on the 3rd of March. Benson Wema, National EMTV News.
Settlers of the 4 Mile Works compound have raised concerns regarding the manner in which they were treated following an eviction notice for the land on which they reside.
The eviction has left many families scattered and still figuring out where to reside. Tony Stanley, who is a resident there and serves as the school principal for Holy Rosary Primary School, said his take on the eviction.
On the 4th of February, today is Sunday. On Wednesday, what actually happened was numbers of vehicles, police vehicles, only coming here, 40 to 50 police vehicles, they drove in. Upon the orders given by the ACP, Metsup, and then I had to be called from my workplace and I came here, joining the group, they were all putting their hands up and they submit, only submit go to policeman. And from there, as audios now, pictures can confirm.
On the day of the eviction when it first took place, many families were affected, resulting in both students foregoing classes and those employed not attending work.
No, talk the 21 days, come the machine, excavator, start smashing over the sun income. All man Mary picking all the school, man Mary public servant, no go, private sector, no go.
According to resident Tony Stanley, the total population there is more than 1,000.
It brings disaster. And the particular families numbering to 4,000 to 5,000 people that were now affected here, we have no place to go. I'd like to make that clear now. We have no place to go. There are places that is available. One talks a day, we want to go to them. But you know what is happening? They said, they're telling us that the people who are evicted from 2 mile, 4 mile, you are not welcomed. Where will we go? That's the question.
Upon acknowledging the eviction notice, the settlers requested that they be given 21 days as stated in the notice to vacate the land.
The policeman, me petition them all, me talk him all. Look, today I have received notice blow you presence blow you come, and then me receive him this one plan eviction notice, let me come. And in that eviction notice, it states we have 21 days, consecutive days, 21 days. Upon receiving the notice, and we took 21 days. So we had to do the presentation, and we humbly ask, and we confess, yes, the land legitimately, it belongs to the Works Department. And over the years, yes, by right, it's your land, you are taking it back. But please, we pledge and humbly request, if you can, please, hear our cry. 21 days, so you block him for 21 days, and we can look for other avenues of resettlement. Talk, but it went to deaf ears. They cannot action it. They cannot accept.
Benson Wema, National EMTV News.
The National ICT Authority, in partnership with Cyber Law International, have convened a 4-day capacity building program comprising of the executive course on the application of international law in cyberspace and a workshop on the development of national positions, cybercrime frameworks, and cross-border digital evidence to strengthen PNG's national capacity to understand, interpret, apply, and leverage international law in cyberspace. With Papua New Guinea's national capability in cyber law, especially international law applicable to cyberspace remaining limited and uneven across government agencies, this workshop aims to strengthen Papua New Guinea's national capacity to understand, interpret, apply and leverage international law in cyberspace. Speaking at the workshop opening today, NICTA Board Chairman Brian Regis said this workshop is about strengthening NICTA's legal readiness and coordination when the authority is faced with difficult cyber decisions. Mr. Regis said NICTA is the regulator established under the National Information and Communications Technology Act 2009 with the mandate to regulate the ICT sector in the public interest in terms of licensing, oversight, consumer protection and compliance.
Over the next 3 days, you will be examining how international law applies in cyberspace, including how states are expected to behave in peacetime cyber operations, how responsibility and attribution are assessed, what lawful options exist when responding to malicious cyber activity, and how human rights, humanitarian law, and cybercrime frameworks intersect in practice. From a PNG perspective, this is not about theory for theory's sake. This is about legal readiness. It is about ensuring that when cyber incidents occur, and they will, that our responses are lawful, credible, coordinated across agencies, and defensible both domestically and internationally.
He encouraged participants to participate, say openly across agencies and focus on what Papua New Guinea can implement after this week.
Cyber issues do not sit neatly within one agency. They cut across regulators, law enforcement, prosecutors, policymakers, diplomats, and operational responders.
This workshop is facilitated by Australian Aid and co-organized by NICTA and Cyber Law International. Jacinta Doctor, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Chicken kebab for dinner. Yum.
Beef stir fry.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum.
Stir fry for you. And chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, one cube at a time.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You be holy, man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections. Communities will get faster speeds and wider coverage. And business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. Plus, everyone will benefit from onshore storage that brings browsing home. It's all part of our ongoing billion kina nationwide investment. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Kids, it's time to go back to school. Is this the place to go? Please don't forget the golden rules. Is this the place to go? Hey, mums and dads, don't make a fuss. Is this the place to go? Get the school supplies from us. Is this the place to go? Everything you need for school. Is this the place to go? Be sure to keep the teacher cool. Is this the place to go? Ring, ring goes the bell.
Theatist for all your school stationery.
Most companies are paying well above that in the formal economy, not so much in agriculture, where there are exemptions that are made, but we also have a number of enterprises that are just continued to bypass.
Join us tonight at 7 as we hold discussions with the Executive Director for the Institute of National Affairs, Paul Barker.
It's almost certain that we will go into the grey listing.
That's on tonight.
You're watching National EMTV News. The PNG Electoral Commission will require about 500 million kina to conduct the 2027 national general elections. This was indicated by the acting Electoral Commissioner Margaret Vagi during a press conference recently.
Given the geographic landscape of Papua New Guinea, Acting Electoral Commissioner Margaret Vagi said the Electoral Commission will require more than 500 million kina to conduct the 2027 elections. Ms. Vagi explained that this substantial budget reflects the significant logistical, administrative and operational costs involved in facilitating a national election.
We did submit budget of 368 in 2022. So moving forward for 2027 with the inflation of prices and other key activities like the engagement of the new workers, poll workers in new LRGs and new electrics. As we have increased in the new electrics, the costing will be maybe around 400 to 500 million we are looking at that 2027. So that's also the logistics component, and PNG is geography is very difficult in some places like California, Western, Moreover, the islands where you reach by boat only. So charters and choppers, all those logistics cost a lot of money.
She also stated that the funding will likely cover various aspects, including voter education, staffing, security, ballot production, and other essential services necessary to ensure a smooth electoral process. She added that the Commission is taking proactive measures to address challenges and ensure that the elections are conducted in a fair and transparent manner.
So looking at moving forward, we've also discussed with certain agencies on our electoral roll strategy is a key priority activity for this year. We want to start in March. So submissions have been given to respective departments, Treasury and Finance, to make available the funding so we can start in March for the electoral roll. And also the procurement of big ticket items, ballot box and seals. It takes a while before some of this equipment can be in country or out of PNG. So those two key activities, and also training awareness as well.
Jacinta Doctor, National EMTV News.
Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso says the government is doing its part to ensure low and middle class earners can own houses in towns and cities. He also points out the failure to build new suburbs in major centers since the country's independence in 1975.
During the panel discussions at the launch of the FM 100 Talkback show today, Deputy Prime Minister highlighted the steps the government is taking to make housing affordable for the low and middle class Papua New Guineans.
We have a housing crisis, but that housing crisis didn't start yesterday. It started since 1975 when no new suburbs were built in every city and town in Papua New Guinea. It didn't start yesterday. But consecutive governments since 1975 failed to address that. And yes, we're stuck with the problem now. We're not blaming anyone else.
He said the Tuava housing project in Napa Napa outside Port Moresby is just an example of the whole scope.
That's 4,000 homes for people that is currently being built. You look at, and when people say nothing's been done, that's not entirely true. You look at BS Tuava was a combination of government, policy, processes, assisting private sector development, working, most importantly, with the landowners who freed up the land. 585 hectares were freed up and given by the landowners. And they converted that, working closely with a development partner, and managed, and currently is a success story. 4,000 homes are currently being built. Parkside, behind Geru, that's another 2,000 homes that will be built and is already in the construction phase as we speak. That is another 2,000 homes at Geru that is going to be a suburb of its own. And then you have another one at Laloki, which will be a 100-hectare development.
Having brought up in the settlements, Rosso says he understands how tough life is. He said while the government is working closely with MPs of respective urban centers, especially Port Moresby and Lae, to find ways to accommodate the growing population, citizens must also be productive and be responsible.
So you see now, Lokram Donaploman, respect your neighbor, respect the tax-paying citizen also. You cannot just willy-nilly stone someone's car, rob everyone that drives past and expect no repercussions. Government is there to protect every citizen.
Rosso concluded that projects such as Tuava is a pioneering model, a first-of-its-kind development that converts customary land into 99-year state lease for thousands of homes. He said such sustainable and modern housing model will be replicated in other major centers across Papua New Guinea. Pakatambua National.
Prime Minister James Marape has released through a statement that the government is committed to restoring and expanding Papua New Guinea's electricity sector. Acknowledging both recent progress and the significant work that remains to ensure reliable power supply nationwide, PM Marape said the commissioning of 20 megawatts of standby generation capacity recently launched by Acting Prime Minister John Rosso, together with the Minister for State Enterprises William Duma and relevant authorities, represents another important step in addressing long-standing challenges in the power sector. He said his government inherited a power system built largely in the 1960s and 1970s, with dilapidated infrastructure and decades of underinvestment. He highlighted that no subnational investment has been made in the electricity sector for many years, and the recent government picked up a rundown national infrastructure that required urgent and sustained intervention. Extending his apology to all electricity users in the country, the Prime Minister is urging citizens to be patient as restoration and reconstruction work continues across PNG Power. The Kumul Consolidated Holdings Limited has invested over 100 million kina in 2 power projects to ease the electricity demand in the Morobe capital. KCH Board Chairman Moses Maladina says the solar panel project in Yalu and the power station in Taraka will provide reliable energy generation and provide a solution to power problems.
Chairman Maladina is confident the economic benefits of these power projects will impact Morobe's economic hub and add value to Papua New Guinea's economic growth. The board of Kumul Consolidated Holdings Morobe leaders, PNG Power officials and dignitaries were at Yalu outside Lae to mark a significant power project. The groundbreaking of the Yalu solar project is an investment by KCH worth 88 million kina. Board Chairman Moses Maladina is confident this solar-generated energy project will ease the burden on Ramu grid by providing 10 megawatts of power to Lae City. For KCH, this project falls under its stabilize, invest and growth strategy. The Yalu solar project is planned to be built and completed by mid-2026.
That this government is serious about investing responsibly in renewable energy. Although the solar project is maybe appear to be small compared to developments in other larger economies, it is highly significant in PNG.
On the same day, the dignitaries drove to Taraka again for commissioning of a 10 megawatts thermal generation unit. This investment is funded by KCH with a value of about 33 million kina. The Taraka power plant consists of 8 new diesel generators backed by 8 step-up transformers. For KCH, this will provide reliable power for Lae and replace old aging power facilities.
Expensive. So the 10 megawatts that we've installed here will act as a holding pattern for us to bring on board those renewable sources. Solar farm Yalu is just a start. It's not an end in itself. It's just a start to more generation of renewable energy sources.
Both the Yalu solar project and Taraka power station are welcomed by residents and business in Lae. The local MP John Rosso says Lae experiences power outages after every 2 days. Rosso added that the demand for electricity has also risen with population growth and city expansion.
The substation will immediately go into the Lae grid to produce more power, whilst the Yalu grid for the extra 10 megawatts will be built to complement the 10 megawatts that is currently going to be put into the power grid.
Benson Wema, National EMTV News.
The outgoing New Zealand High Commissioner to Papua New Guinea, His Excellency Peter Zwart, was farewelled recently here in Port Moresby. Mr. Zwart noted that connections and cooperation are paramount in building Pacific relations. The farewell reception saw state ministers and heads of department, fellow foreign diplomats, and staff of New Zealand High Commission in attendance to farewell outgoing commissioner. Having visited almost all 22 provinces of PNG, Mr. Zwa described his 3-year tenure as a privilege to strengthen the Pacific relationship of Papua New Guinea and New Zealand, together with his team favoring connections over division and cooperation over conflict.
As I move on, I'll never fully leave. I don't know how you can leave a job like this, but certainly I wish this wonderful country so many good things, and I know the relationship will prosper. My replacement is a wonderful person coming in. She has spent a lot of time in Melanesia leading other relationships, so will be the right person for the job. I wish her well, I wish you well.
The outgoing commissioner is described as a true friend of Papua New Guinea.
Your Excellency, I commend your tireless efforts in elevating our bilateral relations to brand new heights. You have been a steady hand and a visionary leader, setting a course that will benefit our nations long after our 50th anniversary celebrations. Your term here may be ending, but the friendships you have forged and the work you have accomplished will resonate now and beyond.
Waitangi Day was also celebrated at the farewell reception, a celebration of New Zealand's National Day and the signing of Waitangi Treaty 186 years ago. Counting for Day District is completed and officials are now doing quality checks.
After 2 days of suspension, counting commenced today. All the 3 LLGs have completed their counting and are now into quality checks. For the 3 local level governments, Kotnatiki had completed its quality checks, while Muglamb and Malakinchibe are still undergoing quality checks. Quality checks for the 2 LLGs have been suspended due to heavy rain and will continue tomorrow. They are expected to complete quality checks tomorrow and will start off with the elimination process. The progressive tallies will be issued after quality check tomorrow. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News, Mount Hagen.
Now we take a look at the Nest Fund market report. The Kina closed lower at 0.2334 US dollars in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your Kina was buying 0.2259 US dollars, 0.3184 Australian dollars, 0.1830 euro, and 35.30 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading higher, coffee closed lower, cocoa closed lower, palm oil closed unchanged, crude oil is trading lower, and copper closed lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX 200 is trading higher, and the All Ordinaries is trading higher. National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections, Communities will get faster speeds and wider coverage, and business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. Plus, everyone will benefit from onshore storage that brings browsing home. It's all part of our ongoing billion kina nationwide investment. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
All small crafts going out at sea must consider simple safety requirements. Always check the weather report before going out at sea. Do not jump on a boat if the passengers or skipper have been drinking alcohol. Always remember to wear a life jacket. Take enough drinking water and food with you. Make sure you have a bucket, canvas for shelter, and a paddle for emergency. Always take extra fuel on board and do not get on a boat that is overloaded. This message is authorized by the National Maritime Safety Authority.
EMTV is proud to announce that we are now offering tower rental spaces on the tallest tower in NCD and Central Province. Our new 80 meters television broadcasting tower proudly boasts an improved structure durability. It is versatile and suitable for various communications and broadcasting needs. It has a high internal load capacity, supporting multiple antennas and technologies simultaneously. This is your opportunity to optimize your transmission signal for wider coverage and extended reach. For co-location information, call 7723-3484 or email engineering@mtv.com.pg. MTV, your number one to watch.
You're watching National MTV News. The final consultation on the two proposed bills by the Oil Palm Industry Corporation was held in Kokopo, marking a key step in the reform of Papua New Guinea's oil palm industry.
During the consultation, the OPIC General Secretary stated that the process was intended to ensure the bills were shaped by the voices of those directly involved in the industry. He explained that extensive consultations have been conducted nationwide, and the Kokopo meeting represented the final opportunity for stakeholders to provide input before the bills progressed further.
So we have a minister here anchored on a legislation that does not give effect to the control of the institution. That's why he stressed that there must be a change, so the ministry can be able to anchor onto an institution, and that is for the people of Papua New Guinea. And the government is intent for change.
He emphasized that the proposed laws aim to strengthen governance, improve service delivery to smallholders, and enhance accountability and transparency within the sector. The General Secretary further noted that the reforms sought to balance economic growth with social and environmental responsibilities, ensuring the long-term sustainability of the oil palm industry.
From the time oil palm was introduced, we are now trying to review this, and that your concerted efforts that you provide here will create an environment for your children and your children's children not to face the same issues you and I are facing today.
The outcome of the Kokopo consultation will now inform the final drafting and submission of the bills for the next stage of legislative process. Jonathan Sibona, National MTV News.
Meanwhile, Acting Provincial Administrator Danley Puapena expressed strong support for the two proposed bills, describing them as timely and important for the future of the oil palm industry in Papua New Guinea.
He said the proposed legislation would strengthen governance and provide a clearer framework to support smallholder farmers who play a critical role in the industry and in rural livelihoods. Mr. Puapena acknowledged that the consultation process had been inclusive and well coordinated, allowing stakeholders from across the province to openly share their views and concerns.
I just briefly looked through the draft bill, and most of the issues that our landowners and provincial government and other stakeholders have been talking about has been adequately covered. And for you to bring your team and come over here to give us an opportunity to give further critics or comments on the two pieces of legislation It's very important for us.
The acting provincial administrator highlighted that East New Britain Province valued partnership with national institutions, particularly in sectors that drive economic activity and employment. He noted that reforms to the oil palm industry would contribute to sustainable development while addressing governance, accountability and service delivery challenges.
This legislation will have a big impact in the development of oil palm industry in East New Britain as well as Papua New Guinea. Madam Desla, my officers are here to give their input on the two legislations, and I will not take my time to comment on the two pieces of legislation, but on behalf of East New Britain Provincial Government and the oil palm growers here in the province, who are our investors, and we need them here, and also our landowners and our smallholders, like in fairness. So I think the transparency, accountability, and fairness in the operation of this industry.
Mr. Popena encouraged stakeholders to continue working together as the bill moves forward, stressing that collaboration between government, industry, the farmers was key to long-term success. Jonathan Sibona, National, EMTV News.
Prime Road Investment Limited has made a significant impact across various local communities in the Upper Highlands by implementing mini hydropower projects. The local company is open to work collaboratively with nationally owned businesses, district development authorities, and provincial governments to help communities with mini hydro projects.
Prime Road Investment Limited is a registered company specialized mainly in hydropower project, solar installation, building and construction, civil engineering and electrical engineering. According to Managing Director Solomon Joe, 100 kVA mini hydropower was built in Milip community, North Wagi district in 2017, which has benefited the community for 9 years. The project was funded by a local businessman and owner of Mountain Wine in Jivaka, Robert Mund, at a total of 600,000 kina. Apart from 100 kVA project, 22 other 10 kVA hydropower projects were built in Mount William in Chimbu Province, Tukupangi in Southern Islands, and Tari in Ella Province. Mr. Joe expressed that Prime Road Investment Limited aims to provide electricity to local and remote communities outside of towns and cities. He said the company is specialized in building a mini hydropower project in remote communities from 10 kVA to 1000 kVA megawatt depending on the river flows. Mr. Joe stated that the project will supply 240 watts to every household, which can benefit the entire community for 10 to 15 years. He added that Prime Road Investment is open to work collaboratively with any district development authorities and provincial governments in the islands region who are willing to fund the project in any remote community. Edward Luke, National, EMTV News, Mount Hagen.
Western Province Governor Taboy Awiyoto addressed Kamusi residents during Missing Link Road launch, raising key development concerns in the new Wawoi Guava LLG.
During the Missing Link Road launch in Kamusi, Delta Fly District, Western Province Governor Honorable Taboy Awiyoto addressed the local people. The governor said RH Login Company had long supported the community as a source of income and meeting needs. However, high government taxes on round logs have raised concerns leading to possible closure. Governor Yoto said discussions are needed between the company and landowners and proposed alternative ways to address the situation.
People can support you, talk to the government, if there's a way that they can also reduce the tax because you're a good friend of us, we can talk to them. And I can assure you, we've talked to the PM and he says, if there are people who are willing to do downstream processing, we can exempt some of the taxes. But you haven't come and talked to me. Probably you haven't talked to the ministers, you haven't talked to the PM. myself a member in government, we are in the government, we are in the ruling government. You can come to us. We're trying to open the doors where we can open.
He also supported the call by the Delta Fly MP encouraging locals to work on their land to sustain long-term livelihoods and embrace new developments.
So lo work at Islam, member or councillor or president, we can put the money inside the pocket for you. And member and talk, you buy go, now buy you working, money come out of the ground to you. How lo working, member and put the one economic cash program, put it here. Misa Hare, plenty times I saw a photo of me and put the cocoa pennies. We don't project government, got the way of support, but I'm not support.
On education, the governor raised concerns on the 166 education policy affecting Western Province and the country. He urged the Kamusi Primary School Board Chairman and 2 schools from the Wawoi Falls area to prepare School Learning Improvement Plan or SLIP to access funding.
Now have the board chairman sign off. Now education advisor, the middle class sign off now. If you can do it as soon as possible, I can make some funds available for you to start building some community projects, especially for a school. Time, you like give me now, by me support you. You don't know give me slide, me but not support because money lo government and me have the Rosilo. You know, start a pocket of a family house and I give you process loan plus or one by process and by the started a place. You like give me slide now, by me give you slide. One of my location me working lo, budget on me. And me by give them the 500,000 of this school. Now why we forced to give them 500,000.
Joel Nipari, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break with Rokai Sports. Stay with us.
Accept the challenge. Choose PNG's favorite purified bottled water. True Wara, 100% PNG made.
Proudly bottled by Paradise Foods.
On the go and need a quick update? Talk to Tisa Bank. No logging, no typing, just your voice.
Hey Siri, what's my balance?
Your balance is 2,578 kina.
Activate voice banking in 3 simple steps. 1. Update your Tisa Bank mobile app to the latest version. 2. Set up Siri on your iPhone if not already enabled. 3. Start voice banking with Tisa. Tisa Bank. Banking on change.
For the very first time in Papua New Guinea, Mel Research and Marketing Consultants proudly launched the 5th issue of the Mel Review magazine commemorating PNG's 50th Golden Jubilee independence. 2 volumes, 500 pages each. Volume 1 covers government politics and leadership, while Volume 2 highlights the private sector, state-owned entities as service providers, and NGOs. Together, they cover the period from 1972 to 2025. This 1,000-page collection reflects PNG's 50 years and sets the foundation for the next 50.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Most companies are paying well above that in the formal economy, not so much in agriculture, where there are exemptions that are made, but we also have a number of enterprises that are just continued to bypass.
Join us tonight at 7 as we hold discussions with the Executive Director for the Institute of National Affairs, Paul Barker.
It's almost certain that we will go into the grey listing.
That's on tonight.
Tukai Sports.
Welcome to Tukai Sports. Off-season rugby league action continues at Hohola Field with young talents shining as teams push hard for final spots.
The Hohola off-season rugby league competition showcased raw and exciting rugby league talents over the weekend at the Hohola playing field. Games coordinator Rodney Joseph says the competition continues to grow with consistent backing from NCDC Sports Desk, support he openly acknowledged.
Thank you, Chol Golonga. Sponsor Blonga, all of us in Winchester Backside Lumibla, Nana and Honorable Post Pago, and Montblamanwe. And Chol supporting me, office and side sponsor Longa, all prizes, all games. That is like a Mibas XML Pincher Longa, NCDC Sports Desk. Mon blab, Mibas XM, so Mito Bigla, thank you. Lumibla, Ola, offices and committees, now officials. Mito Bigla, thank you, Golonga, NCDC, Post Pago, now Sports Desk Injured Longa, NCDC.
More rugby league action highlights upcoming talents in Hohola off-season league matches as finals approach. Joel Nipari, Tukai Sports.
The Port Moresby Soccer Association entered week 3 of its matches as teams competed strongly over the weekend at the Bissini Soccer Grounds.
Port Moresby Soccer Association Games Coordinator Peter Matthews says competition has seen both ups and downs so far, which he highlighted during the weekend matches. He says teams are slowly settling as preparations continue.
Play progress low week 1 come. There was a up and down league low number of teams which all participate with some play been 10 up low game time and this but into the third week I'm all the something work flow good way teams work attending games now, taking up field.
He also stressed that only few weeks remain before teams head into the proper season of 2026, urging clubs to stay focused and disciplined.
Competition pre-season I've got I think 2 more weekends. Bambla finish week 5. All got a round robin games and then probably the week 6 and 7 is our finals week, so we'll hopefully finish by week 7. And then we go straight into our proper season.
Joel Nipari, Tukai Sports.
Tukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Tukai Sports.
Chicken kebasa, Gina. Yum.
Beef stir fry.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum.
Stir fry for you. And chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, 1 cube at a time.
At IPI Catering, we understand the intricacies of the environments in which we work, providing innovative, fresh and creative catering solutions. Our experience and commitment is a winning combination, delivering great food anywhere and anytime. IPI Catering, part of the IPI group of companies.
Kids, it's time to go back to school. Theaters, this the place to go. Please don't forget the golden rule. Theaters, this the place to go. Hey, mums and dads, don't make a fuss. Theaters, this the place to go. Get the school supplies from us. Theaters, this the place to go. Everything you need for school. Theaters, this the place to go. Be sure to keep the teacher cool. Theaters, this the place to go. Ring, ring goes the bell.
Theatist for all your school stationery.
The future home. You me holy man, no walk one time.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henau, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching Truka Sports. A recent fire at Corky Street Kids Boxing Gym has caused major damage, but the owner remains determined.
A fire last week has damaged the Street Kids Boxing Gym along the Corky Street in the Port Moresby South electorate, causing losses to equipment and facilities used by young boxers. Gym owner Junior Kaukuraka says the fire did not burn everything. He confirmed that the main gym area survived, but the kitchen and sleeping area were destroyed. Raka says the boys staying at the gym acted quickly and helped put out part of the fire before it spread further. Several important items were lost in the blaze, including a laptop, PA system, printer and a camera. Raka says the fire truck arrived late but assisted in controlling what remained of the fire. At the first time of the incident, the gym was preparing to run in boxing tournaments. Raka says losing key equipment has caused frustration, especially with the laptop and PA system destroyed, but it will not stop their work. He thanked James Penn and Comlec PNG for their support, saying assistance is expected to help them recover the gym. Raka has also appealed to the local member for the Port Moresby South electorate to support with PA system, laptop and printer to ensure smooth running for future competitions. Despite the setback, the Street Kids Boxing Gym Corky team remains focused on supporting and guiding young people through boxing. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
That ends Trukai Sports. The Morning Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henau, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
All small crafts going out at sea must consider simple safety requirements. Always check the weather report before going out at sea. Do not jump on a boat if the passengers or skipper have been drinking alcohol. Always remember to wear a life jacket. Take enough drinking water and food with you. Make sure you have a bucket, canvas for shelter, and a paddle for emergency. Always take extra fuel on board and do not get on a boat that is overloaded. This message is authorized by the National Maritime Safety Authority.
Most companies are paying well above that in the formal economy, not so much in agriculture, where there are exemptions that are made, but we also have a number of enterprises that are just continued to bypass.
Join us tonight at 7 as we hold discussions with the Executive Director for the Institute of National Affairs, Paul Barker.
It's almost certain that we will go into the grey listing.
That's on tonight.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You may hold him and walk one time. Oh, 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 oh.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
The Money Plus weather report for the next 24 hours in the southern region. Port Moresby, fine in the morning, then some rain showers in the afternoon to evening. And Popondetta, fine in the morning, then some rain with possible thunderstorms in the afternoon.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Monday, the 9th of February 2026. From all of us here, pleasant viewing and good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.